This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you can spice things up and try some unexpected pairings like dipping chicken wonton tacos in our honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
The 2025 NFL season is underway. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. Be there live to support your favorite team. See every epic showdown, every classic rivalry, and every primetime game. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets.
It's time for another edition of Mase in Your Face. Now, along with college football immortality, Glen Mason, here's Dan Barrero.
It is indeed that time again. Glen Mason, in your face, in my face, brought to you by our good friends at Jack's Cafe. As we welcome you back to the show, I'm embarrassed to say that, I do a pre-show tweet where I lay out who we have on each day, and today was going to include you. And by the way, are you off Twitter?
No, I am, but I don't do it anymore.
Okay, because I couldn't even find your
Big Ten Network.
Yes,
I had to be on it.
Okay.
Well, it just wore me out.
You're better off. Believe me, you're better off.
I got off.
I couldn't remember, even though I should know by now, whether it's 2 N's or 1 in Glen. So I go, okay, well,
are you kidding me?
I'm not.
You know what?
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I Googled your name.
How many N's in Danny?
Too many, in your opinion. So I Googled your name, okay, via, Google, obviously. So here's what comes up. It says, here's how it reads: Glen Mason, football player, and then look at the first photo that's associated with your name on Google. Can you see from there with your cheaters? Who is that?
That's Jerry
Kill. Your first photo is not of you. The rest of them are of you, but the first one is of Jerry Kill. Now, that's not a mistake I've seen made a lot.
First of all,
it kind of makes you think like
Minnesota.
Before and after. You know what I mean?
Guess, yeah.
I must have had a heck of a plastic surgeon then, huh? Wow.
Every other shot is of you. Oh, look at this shot of you. Look at this from, I'm guessing this is Kansas days. Take a look at that. Look at that blazer.
No. That's, you know what? That's
a plaid blazer you're wearing.
I'm going to tell you something. That's when I was an assistant coach.
Really?
At Ohio State. And I used to love to wear that blazer. You know why?
Why?
It's the only one I had. And that's the truth.
How about this one? What's that one look like? That's from Kansas.
Oh, that's Kansas.
That's Kansas.
Yeah.
Look at the great big... and you were ahead of your time. You had the flat-billed ball cap.
Well,
they're big with the kids now.
There was a deal back then. It was called... it was a forerunner before... Nike and those people got into apparel. They were only into shoes.
Yes.
And so there was a company that went around signing coaches up to wear their stuff, their ridiculous-looking stuff,
Yes.
And it didn't get paid very much, but we didn't make very much money. So I don't know if it was Coaches something or other. I forget the name of the group. But anyway, That's what they only were around about a year, maybe two. And if you see some pictures of coaches in that era wearing
That's what it was
some
about.
weird-looking stuff, we were all in the take.
Well, you needed back then. You weren't making the money they are today. You needed the money.
Making the money they are now.
Well, that's it.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last tweet at your Twitter account? Do you remember what it was?
I have no idea.
It's from 12/1/2023. Let me read it to you. I love this. Warning. Scheduled update on security system with ADT. They set a date 1 month out, sent me reminders. Appointment was 8 a.m. Day of, called to cancel at 9:10 a.m. Earliest reschedule, Jan 27. Poor customer service, hashtag ADT. That is your last
That's
tweet.
right. And you know what happened out of that?
What's that?
I should go back on it for some people.
Did it get fixed?
Well, I got contacted by a great guy that's with ADT. Sorry to hear about this. I'm going to solve all your problems. And he did.
He
and
did it. That's
I've
great.
had nothing but great service since. I highly recommend it. And I'm going to tell you something. You probably don't need security where you live. You probably have
No, you're the
gates
one who's got
and
the
guards
gates.
and all that. But if you ever need it, I'll put you in contact with this guy. He's unbelievable. And you know what? You got something in common. You both have Dan as a name. And he's a lot more competent than you are. I can promise you that.
More confident or competent?
Competent.
Oh, competent, you say.
Yeah,
All right.
not confident.
There was really no need for the cheap shot there. I haven't delivered one yet.
Well, I know that.
It's like you're on the defensive, and I haven't even started.
It's my preemptive strike. That's what it is.
It may be time for you to get back on X. Or would you consider going on Blueski?
I don't know what that is.
Guardsy, you're big on Blueski, aren't you? I call it Blueski. It's Blue Sky. It's the one, the alternative. People who hated X said we're going to go to the much kinder Blue Sky. And I'm told that it's in its own way, it's every bit as vicious. It's just more of an echo chamber. That's all.
This whole cell phone deal, there are people out there that are absolutely addicted to it. I mean, they can't help them. I find myself sometimes, you sit down and you get it, you take it out, you start, and I'm trying not to do that.
That's good.
I really, and so one of the things that I'll do if I'm going to dinners, and I just leave it in the car. I don't even want to reach for my pocket and look at it. It's insane. It really is.
It's tough. You're right. We're all addicted to varying degrees.
And what I find, a lot of the information on there is bogus. You start reading, you think, this is really important, and it's not true.
No, that's also true.
It's kind of like listening to you. I'm fact, you're fiction.
There's two.
I haven't done anything.
What happened to the kinder, gentler Mace?
It's gone. I don't even know that he ever existed, to be honest with you. I don't think he ever did. By the way, we got a lot. We're going to cover plenty of college football before we're done. Did you see you were heavily featured in today's Patrick Royce column?
I did not see that. No.
Not a single. I don't remember. Did you read it, Garci? I don't remember a single cheap shot. In fact, I should read the ending, is what I should do. You might get a kick out of the ending. You won't, actually. You'll be very resentful of the ending. He's reminding, the Gophers are playing at Cal this week, game that starts at about midnight Central Time. And
Garci and I were just talking about that when we went out there.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He recalls the time you played Cal, got killed, I think. Wasn't it like 42-17 or something?
I mean, whatever. We didn't play very well, and they were really good back then.
They were, who was on that team? I don't even remember. Do you?
Garci remembers it like it was yesterday.
Javid Best was one of them.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I don't know if Marshawn Lynch was there. He might have been before or after.
That's not the game he was driving the golf cart around, was it?
No, but apparently he does that a lot.
Is that right?
Yeah. What my sources say.
The headline reads, which version of Cal will greet P.J. Fleck and the Gophers on Saturday? He does kind of a deep dive on Cal, but let me get the ending because I think I got a kick out of it, put it that way. I'm not sure if you will.
If you did, I won't. Let's just put it that way.
If the Gophers hadn't seen those, Tedford was the coach, right? They had recruits. If they had played as usual, if they had played a usual non-conference suspect or even a usual Cal team, Mason would have gone. Well, this is his theory. Mason would have gone 7-5, survived, and the Tim Brewster era never would have been upon us. Do you believe that's possible? Do you think that's true? If you had finished 7-5, do you think you might have survived that season?
Yeah, I think but I really do. I don't want to get too much.
No,
I had a gut feeling. I'm a big gut feeling guy. And I just signed a contract, a new 5-year contract. But I had a feeling, we lost a game against Penn State on a really bad official.
I remember that. We talked about it.
I mean, it was bad. They cost us a game. And then, we were struggling. And with 3 games to go.
You felt it?
I felt I might be in trouble. And I'm the only one who thought that. I asked Joel Maturi, he thought I was nuts. I talked to Tim Allen, my administrative assistant. I said, Tim, I don't want you to say anything, but I just feel that. And he goes, you just signed a contract. What are you talking about? You're paranoid. I said, no, I just got this gut feeling. And we had 3 Big Ten games to go. And we played Indiana, and they were a good Indiana team. If you remember, they're getting ready to go to a bowl game, and we annihilated them. And then we played Michigan State at Michigan State, and we beat them. And then we played at home, and we beat Iowa, and we qualified for a bowl game. And these were all in November. Normally, I remember somebody gave me a football that said a November to remember. And then we drew Texas Tech. And we lost in overtime. So anyway, my point being, I really thought that if we had won those last 3 games and not gotten a bowl game, I'd have been toast anyway. I don't know that for sure. I just had that feeling. And I think it was validated by we lost to a good Texas Tech team in overtime, and which was unfortunate because I thought we were a year away from being a good, solid team. We had just about everybody coming back. But it is what it is.
I'm looking. So you killed Indiana 63-26, as you said.
63-26.
63. Did you run up the score?
You know what No, I'm telling you what happened. I remember it like yesterday. Indiana liked to play against a running team, which we were a 9-man front. And I told the coaches, every time that safety comes down, we're going deep. Every time. And they kept bringing them down because they were worried about our run. We were a good run team. And every time they did, we checked it and threw it deep. And when we got way up, Mitch Browning, my offensive coordinator, said, what do you want to do? I said, that safety comes down. If they haven't learned the lesson, throw it deep. Why am I going to run against a 9-man front and have the safety kill my running back? Yeah. And they kept doing it. So what was the score again?
63-26.
Against your Indiana?
Yes, against my Hoosiers.
And that was a good Indiana team.
It was a decent team. Yeah. The next week, you went, as you said, to Michigan State. You won 31-18.
Yeah.
And then
on the road against Michigan State.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then at home, you beat Iowa.
Yep.
34-24.
Yeah.
And then you had the Texas Tech collapse late, and obviously you didn't recover. But what's the vibe? What do you think the vibe came from? Was it from Maturi, even though he said everything you're crazy, or what do you think internally?
No, I don't know. No, someone asked me. In fact, when I got fired, Bill Cooper, remember Bill Cooper, TCF?
Yeah.
He called me up and he said, "Why did you get fired?" I said, "Bill, I don't know. No one gave me a reason." He said, "They had to give you a reason." I said, "They didn't give me a reason." He said, "Well, they had to have meetings with you and said, if you don't do this, this, and this, we're going to." I said, "Not one meeting." He says, "I come from the corporate world." I said, "That's unbelievable. How do you do that?" And they have to pay you 4 years of your salary? He said, this is unbelievable. But that's what happened.
Here's the end of the Royce column. And again, he has the theory that you go 7-5, you survive. But we never have to mess with Tim Brewster. Poor Mason. He did a pretty good job without much popularity around here until he became a regular guest on Dan Barrero's big audience radio show on KFAN. Now he's good old Mase.
Well,
you're welcome.
Well, that's...
You're welcome, Glenn. You're welcome.
That's the only side that you and Pat Royce see. You think I only come out of my cave to do this show? I'm out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm out a lot more than you are.
That's true. I'm not out at all. But you're recognized because of us.
No, I don't buy that.
It's 100.
They can't see me.
85%.
They can't see me on radio.
Your persona has changed.
People
I like
stop
that
by and talk to me. I know that.
I like that.
Pat yourself on the back.
Well, but I'm patting. I'm patting you on the back too. Yeah. He's saying just one more victory and you would have stayed.
Well, I guess I could say the same thing about Lou Nanny. If he wasn't on your show, everybody'd think, who is he? He's not any good.
That's an excellent box. That's fair.
He's just a washed up old hockey guy that, what are we talking about? If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
You might be right about that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, I want to talk a little pro football. Did you watch much of the Vikings Monday Night Open?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you've been in that position where nothing looks like it's going right for you. Nothing. As you're watching it, are you going, they ain't coming back. This is just not there. The QB does look overwhelmed a little bit. They can't get any kind of rhythm offensively. This game's over. Or did you say, no, I've been there where it looks really bad and a couple plays happen and the thing can turn? What did you think as you're seeing it in real time?
I would agree with you. You're watching it and they couldn't get anything going, and here you got a first-year quarterback, and they're not doing a good job of protecting him. He's under duress.
Yeah, he was.
And at the same time, the Bears, they don't look like the good old Bears that we've become used to. So you start looking at it, and I start thinking, I said, unless they get some help from the Bears,
which they did.
They're probably not going to do it. And that's, it was a perfect storm because the Bears started looking like the good old Bears, and the Vikings started clicking. And you know what the number one thing I took away from that game is?
What's that?
I hear so much about Caleb Williams. I am glad he's not our quarterback. And I say this because he's not a team guy. He's a me guy. From the uniform that he's wearing, and the way he handles himself and all that stuff. And I know he's a heck of an athlete. The best thing he does is when he scrambles, you take that away, I think you'll beat him. And at the same time, I'm watching McCarthy, and things are going bad. He's not hanging his head. He's not doing. He's talking to the guys on the sideline, and you never got the feeling that Kevin O'Connell lost faith in him. They're going to hang in there with him, and I guess from the Bears standpoint, if you were to ask me that question, I'd say, Vikings are playing bad. But you let a sucker hang around long enough, bad things can happen. And that's exactly what they did.
17-6.
They missed the field goal.
Yeah, they could have been up much more. And as you say, that's 11 points. You get something going, you turn it around. You may have answered then already my next question, because I ran this by Salisbury. I don't know if you were paying attention or you were jabbering probably with Guardsy at this point. And again, you can speak to this because you've worked sidelines as a player, as an assistant coach, and as a head coach. Mike, did you know Mike Hohensee, the former Gopher, who now he's in the Chicago area, I think still working with quarterbacks? You know the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he, in live time, he's watching the game. And as the Vikings comeback begins, he says, I'll tell you what I see in contrast is the Vikings hanging, in other words, the head coach continually talking to the QB, even after the pick six, hanging in, a lot of dialogue. I'm looking at Caleb, and I'm seeing bad body language. When he's on the sidelines, I see he's off by himself. There's nobody talking to him. And his conclusion was that stuff matters. I've always been fascinated by that because I think in the media sometimes, because it's a good angle, we overplay that or oversimplify whether you can really learn much from that. You're a coach, or we're a coach, and you're on sidelines. So does that stuff matter? Does that stuff translate, or do we make too much of the aesthetics of it?
I don't think there's I think you can make too much of it, but in this case, I think it was very obvious. And to me, I go back again. I'm a firm believer football is the greatest team game that's ever been invented. And you need to be a good team to win. And I think probably the most important team member on the offense is the quarterback, and not just his ability to play. I mean, he's the guy that gets in the huddle and everybody's looking at. And to me, I don't know, the guy's painting his fingernail. and none of that stuff matters if you're playing great. Because number one thing players want to do is they want to win. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, things aren't going good, and you're dealing with all that stuff. And I don't know what was wrong with his jersey. He had like a gray T-shirt on. I mean, what the heck? I think back when he was at USC, stuck out, and he was he had the Heisman Trophy all locked up. Do you remember that?
I do.
And he had a bad game, and what did he do? He went and jumped in the stands and was crying with his mom. I mean, it's okay if you're disciplined, you play well, but what are you doing? I never seen anybody ever do that.
No, here's to me what it comes down to. All that other stuff is fine if in the end you're more accurate than he is. He's not accurate. As the game goes on and the pressure gets ratcheted up, and, as you say, his best strength probably is still his ability to elude pass rushers because he's good at that. Wow. But you can't win that way. You got to be able, at this level, he had, somebody wanted Sean Salisbury to comment on why Ben Johnson made the decision to go for it early on 4th down. The play was fine on 4th and 3. He just threw a bad pass. So to me, that's the issue with him. He's pretty to watch when it's going and he's flinging it. But and I know in the end, just make the simple play. Get the ball from point A to point B, and I don't think he does it enough.
How about I'm just watching the game as a spectator, but the announcers, one of the guys says, geez, Ben Johnson, where's the creative play calling that we used to see all the time, Yeah. And I started thinking that because Ben, he had not changed,
Right.
And so there's got to be a reason that because, I know it's the first game, but when you're a first-year head coach in the National Football, what game is more important to you personally than that first game coming out of the blocks at home?
I think you've answered it. I think some of it is you don't have to. He's got a different quarterback now who hasn't proven he can make just what does Goff do? Goff isn't that, fancy. He's not that pretty, but most of the time now, he didn't look that good last week in Green Bay, but he just makes accurate throws. And I just don't think you can get so caught up in the athleticism, like the scramble to the right. He did make something out of nothing on that first drive, but in the end, that's not how you're going to win. You're going to win just by making the right play. Tight ends open over the middle, get it to him.
Yeah,
and you get four more. You get 4 more plays, or 4 more. I should say another down, and at least 3 or 4 more plays as well. All right, let's do this. Let's get a pause in. We will talk some college football. I know you've got your prep work, so it sounds like you got a couple things stuck up your craw.
Never.
No, stuck in your craw, I think is the expression. I think it's better.
No, I am, you know what? I am just a happy human being.
Oh, my God.
And just glad that I'm here spending an afternoon with you and Guardsy.
Is that what it is? Yep. That doesn't sound very sincere.
Yeah, well.
It sounds a little bit.
As sincere as I can get.
See, now that's you're back in that. You don't want to go back to that. You want to be the Mase.
Good old Mase.
Jolly old, good old Mase, as Royce says. That's what you want. You don't want to revert. That's the last thing you want to do, to be the coach again. We'll pause. Good questions coming in. We'll include those. We'll talk some college football, how much Mase watched of the Gophers' decimation of Northwestern, Southwestern State, whatever they're called. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about what tickled his fancy from college football this last week. More Mase in your face next.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The 2025 NFL season is underway. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. Be there live to support your favorite team. See every epic showdown, every classic rivalry, and every primetime game. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Anyone else feeling hungry? Because Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, mozzarella sticks and marinara, or brew pub pretzels and white cheddar beer cheese. Or you can spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos and their honey Dijon mustard. The choice is yours. The Ultimate Trio is the perfect way to hit all your cravings in one plate and turn appetizers into an entree. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Whether you're watching college football or flipping between games on Sunday, sound quality matters. A Sonos home theater setup, especially the Arc Ultra soundbar, delivers immersive surround sound and deep bass that makes every play, every hit, and every cheer feel larger than life. And when you're on the go, the Sonos Ace headphones are a game changer. Lightweight, crystal clear, and with up to 30 hours of battery life, they're built for everything, from podcasts to post-game analysis. Visit Sonos.com to explore the full lineup.
Is indeed back with us once again. Do you want to take a question from the audience regarding a Big Ten team, and then we can get into whatever is on your mind? College football.
First of all, I got to tell you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You can't bring up Jack's Cafe anymore.
How come?
I haven't eaten when I come to the show, and you bring that up, and now my stomach's growling, and I'm about ready to call Carrie Limo and say, come pick me up and take me to Jack's Cafe.
That's it.
Because they're killing me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a nice double right there.
I got to tell you something, though. You talk about the popularity of me being on your show.
Yes, it's huge.
I'm going to just give you one. I was up in Fargo, North Dakota, and I was amazed how many people, first of all, recognize me. I haven't coached in a long time. But a couple people...
Mace in your face.
Mace in your face.
We're on in Fargo. We're syndicated. 740. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, I hadn't been to Fargo very much. I like Fargo.
Fargo's awesome.
Can you tell us what the occasion was?
I have a little friend up there.
Oh, okay.
Little friend.
That's fine. I just
goodness. You asked.
So, anyway, but I'm going to tell you, there's a restaurant up there. There's a lot of good restaurants. But there's a Mexican restaurant right downtown called the Vinyl Taco.
Oh, Vinyl Taco.
If you're up there, go in there.
Asian food?
No. I said it's a Mexican restaurant.
Okay, all right.
And you go, and the thing about it is the food's great, and they make the best margarita.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, outstanding.
Nice.
Yep.
Maybe we can get them get them to sponsor too. Out of Fargo. By the way, 612 guy writes, I'm working DoorDash right now. What does Mase want? He's ready to deliver for you.
Whatever you got, bring it over. I'll eat it.
Head up to Fargo and get a Vinyl Taco for him.
There it is. Come back down. Here's the Big Ten question. Dan, can you ask Mase what the hell is wrong with the Wisconsin Badger football team? Still rather be red than dead. Go Badgers. That's from 651 guy.
I think it's a legitimate question. I'm not sure I have a good answer because I haven't watched him very much. I will just say this. When they hired Luke Fickell out of Cincinnati, I thought it was a home run hire. I really did. The guy's a proven coach, quality, and I thought he would just fit right in there with that Wisconsin culture, as I know it. Now, I know that he made a change. They got away from what they had done forever with the power running attack and good defense. And that was fine if he had success, but he hasn't. And it seems like, from what I gather, that public opinion's turning on him real quick. Now, I know that Barry Elvers came and said he's the right guy. You got to hang in there. But the way you turn around, you got to win. You got to show that you're getting better. And I guess if he could beat Alabama this week at Alabama, that would help him a lot. But
this is his third year, the start of his third year, I believe,
think,
right?
Yeah. And so I really don't know. It'd have to be closer to the program to say that, but I know some Wisconsin guys that are just not, very happy. And same old deal. If you don't win, they don't like the coach. And if you win, no matter what kind of guy the coach is, they like him. So,
you got something on your notepad there, or no? You got something college football
I got
related?
I'll tell you.
Things. Hit them now. Yeah,
I'll give you this. Okay, right. College football. You get all this hype before the season by the so-called experts. Heck, they had Arch Manning as the preseason favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. Hadn't played a game yet. Hadn't started a game. Here's what I saw watching. Okay, this Missouri quarterback. I don't know if you watched that game against Kansas.
I did not. I did not. Yeah.
But this guy, Bo Prabula, I think that's how you say it. Okay, a transfer from Penn State. Let me tell you, my estimation. James Franklin, the wrong quarterback, transferred. I'm not saying anything about their quarterback.
Interesting. Yeah.
This guy is good.
Mm-hmm.
He really is good. Really exciting. And I think he's underrated on the national scene. And then I'm watching Oklahoma Sooners against Michigan. And everybody knows that the Michigan quarterback, they got that Bryce Underwood, the $10 million quarterback, Larry Ellison. Hey, don't feel bad for Larry Ellison. He made his net worth went up $101 billion yesterday. $101 billion. The Oracle guy. But anyway, I know that our good friend, Garzi David Deno, down in Tampa, who's a Michigan guy, didn't want to hear this. This John Mateer, I think that's how you say it, John Mateer, the quarterback.
Right,
The transfer from Washington State, man, did I like that guy. That guy is a gamer. He's a guy that players would want to play for. He makes the throws. He's a tough guy. Really, really, good player. So I think there's a lot of really good quarterbacks in college football that right now are under the radar. And there's two of them right there.
The University of Iowa, I think, lost again, didn't they, to Iowa State?
Yes.
Is it 16-13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that has started or continued the same jokes about Iowa, that no matter what they do, no matter who they put in terms of calling plays, whatever, that they just seemingly cannot figure out offense, that Hawkeye fans are bitter because I think they're defensive on that particular issue. So how do we explain? I mean, it does seem as if there's a real problem historically there in a good program. There's no arguing with what Ferentz has done over the decades, but
he's going to be one more win. He's going to be winningest Big Ten Conference coach.
Yeah.
And he's been there forever. And he's, a heck of a guy, heck of a coach. But at one time, they used to be really good offensively. Really good. That's when he first went there, they were so bad defensively and they were pretty good offensively. They used to, if they won the toss, took the ball because they always thought the other team would go right down and score. But they had some really good players and really good offenses, and then they started playing good defense, and they were a really good football team. But as of late, it's hard to explain. This, what's his name? Gronowski? Is that the quarterback's name?
Mark Gronowski.
And he coming in, they got a new coordinator. He's supposed to be God's gift to the world. And 2 weeks ago, he threw for 44 yards. And That's hard to deal with.
That's hard to do in this day and age in college football.
Yeah.
At any level.
No matter who you're playing. I mean, it's not like he's, they're playing,
yes,
a national championship team and they're getting stuffed. I don't know the answer. I'm sure that Kirk Ferentz is.
Well, let me ask both of you guys.
He's sitting around saying, "What's going on?"
I heard somebody over the weekend. I thought it was on ESPN say, and I don't know if this is official or unofficial, that this will be Ferentz's last season as head coach. Has that been declared? Is that somebody just speculating that think they know something, or have either of you heard anything like that?
No.
Okay.
There's no farewell tour or anything like that. So that would be speculation, maybe informed speculation, but I don't think that's been outlined.
I'm just curious because, I mean, maybe he's the type who wouldn't want the tour, the farewell tour, and would rather just end, whenever he wants to end it. I don't know.
I remember when I was working for the Big Ten Network, I did a game down there, and Iowa had been struggling. They were going to play Wisconsin. And Kirk had a problem with one of his players on the team that week. And the radio, was nonstop. This is it. He's got to let him go. The fans calling in. No one support him. He's done. It's over. And then that Saturday, they beat Wisconsin.
And everything.
As the game was on the airport, I got it on. Oh, my. It can change either way like that. Real quickly.
Very quickly. All right, let's get, we had a long segment between 4 and 4:30, so let's get caught up with a pause, which will include the award-winning Vikings report. That's next.
Time now for the Vikings report on The Fan, presented by Miller Lite. Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen joins Dan Barrero next.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The 2025 NFL season is underway. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. Be there live to support your favorite team. See every epic showdown, every classic rivalry, and every primetime game. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Anyone else feeling hungry? Because Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, mozzarella sticks and marinara, or brew pub pretzels and white cheddar beer cheese. Or you can spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. The choice is yours. The Ultimate Trio is the perfect way to hit all your cravings in one plate and turn appetizers into an entree. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Whether you're watching college football or flipping between games on Sunday, sound quality matters. A Sonos home theater setup, especially the Arc Ultra soundbar, delivers immersive surround sound and deep bass that makes every play, every hit, and every cheer feel larger than life. And when you're on the go, the Sonos Ace headphones are a game changer. Lightweight, crystal clear, and with up to 30 hours of battery life, they're built for everything, from podcasts to post-game analysis. Visit Sonos.com to explore the full lineup.
Farm 840 is coming to Minneapolis. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, Kenny Chesney, Dave Matthews, and more. Saturday, September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. You can enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets now on our contest page, KFAN.com, keyword contests.
Does Mase know the guy who gave $300 million to Kansas? You apparently do. What's that story all about? $300 million.
I know who he is.
Oh, but okay. You don't know him.
David Booth. He's a investment guy. Used to be out in California. Then I think he moved his operation to Texas, like so many of them have for obvious reasons. Local Lawrence, grew up in Lawrence.
Right.
Went to KU. Obviously, he's got lots of money. I don't even recognize the place back there, but he's to say he's got behind that program with his checkbook is an understatement.
Well, is it fair to also say that more than ever, I mean, donors have always been helpful, right, to programs, but that now in the current climate, with money coming in and paying players, the whole bit, that's becoming more instrumental than ever for any program to be lucky enough to get a couple of people who have so much money. $300 million doesn't matter to them.
Yeah. Here's how it's evolved, let's say. It's all about getting players, right? I mean, if you can get good players, you're going to probably have a pretty good team unless you're a real bad coach, and there's not a lot of real bad coaches out there. So what happens is, it used to be, the deal breaker used to be what kind of summer job you could get a guy. Really?
Right.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, they don't work anymore, so you don't even talk, about that. I think this sounds bad, the quality of an education, is this, we're ranked third and they're ranked 10th. I don't think that, really made that.
No, I think you're right.
Then we've got into the era of the arms race, facilities. Look at our locker room compared to that locker room. Look at this stadium compared to that stadium, and that took off. I still remember the old CFA. We used to have these meetings, College Football Association. Big Ten was not a member. Neither was the Pac-10 at that time, or Pac-12, whatever it was. They weren't a member. But we used to have these meetings, and Doug Dickey, who was the athletic director of Tennessee, he used to get up all the time and he used to preach, we've got to get these expenses out of control or they're going to shut us down, and we can't keep. Yeah, well, he was preaching to everybody like that. Tennessee was building facilities like you couldn't believe. But you saw what happened. These were monuments to mankind, these athletic facilities with swimming pools, whirlpools, locker rooms. And then we went into the era we're in right now, which is pay to play. That's what it is, pay to play. And that's why you see, and which made it a perfect storm, the transfer portal where guys can leave and be immediately eligible. So now what happens is you don't worry about the high school kid. Wait till the guy comes in and plays for another team and looks pretty good. And then somehow go talk to him and say, what are you getting paid at that school? Well, we'll double it at our school. And he'll up and leave, and he's gone. Not 100%. But
but that's
there's a lot of that going on. So, yeah, you need some money to do that. And people have always been very generous, university and athletic department. But when you start talking about giving $100 million, $300 million,
it's crazy.
I mean, a couple of years ago when Phil Knight with Oregon, he gave a couple million or whatever it is, and it was, oh my God! And now.
Chump change.
Next thing is someone's going to give $1 billion.
$1 billion. That's next. What do you remember, by the way? I know you loved playing in the Metrodome. We've established that over the years.
Oh, it was delightful.
Did you get to use, what was the locker room situation for you? I don't remember. Did you get to use the Vikings locker room?
No. Or the Twins locker room.
Did you love that? You love the locker room. You loved the whole experience,
when I came here, the first time I went down there and they took the locker room, I said, wait a minute, we got a problem. I said, there's 42 lockers in here. We got 130 guys on the team, we got to do that. So
what'd they say?
They knocked the wall out and they made it a little bit better. And we got, I think most of the guys had their own locker. And then before we ever used that locker room, the Vikings played a preseason game. And I think it was against the Chargers. And they came in, and we had nice wood lockers. They used permanent marker to put the names of their players on the wood lockers.
Are you not? No.
Before we ever used them.
Oh, my God. I don't remember that story.
Oh, yeah. That's gospel.
Permanent markers?
Yeah.
No wonder you were in a bad mood as a coach.
Yes.
So, anyway, the next go-around.
I'd love to have been the guy who had to convey that message to you. I'm sure
I walked in and saw it. No one conveyed it.
Yes.
And the next go-around, was when for the next season, I came in, I looked, I said, what's happened to this carpet? I mean, it's destroyed. I said, who uses this locker room? They said, well, they use it as a babysitting room for the Twins kids while the games are going on during the baseball season. I said, are you kidding me?
Are you nuts?
Are you nuts? And that's what we had to deal with.
That was what you dealt with.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible.
Man, and look at it now.
We're
look
sorry,
at all the
Mase.
facilities.
Yeah.
All the state-of-the-art facilities we have now, the on-campus stadium.
But the playing in the dome was not very good.
No.
You know, one of the things we had to do, I don't know if you remember this, though, at the big controversy, the Twins were going to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Vikings were going to play a game, and the opposing team didn't want to play because the turf was dangerous.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
You remember that whole deal?
I do.
And I think it might have been Tom Moe was the idea. I said to Tom, we got a problem. If they don't play that game because of that turf, there's no way we can play a game next week. I said, we're gonna play on a turf that's been deemed that's dangerous, And if it does, we can't play. And it was dangerous, by the way.
And you did play.
Yeah, and they played too.
And they played too. Yeah.
Well, it was really hard. And before, if the Twins got into the postseason, we had to play with the infield. Remember, they still had the infield there?
Yes, the dirt, the whole bit. Yeah.
It was great.
State of the art. Despite the number of years that have elapsed since you've played it, it still feels like it's as fresh as if it were just last week.
It was frustrating because after the season was over, we go into recruiting, and it's all young players.
Yes.
And when we would have players in on a weekend to show them, we couldn't show them the dome where they'd play because typically every weekend they had a rodeo or a tractor pull.
You love the tractor pulls. I remember that.
Motocross or
concert.
They used to have a monk festival every year.
Right.
And again, what I'm saying is you take a guy in and say, now use your imagination. There's the goalpost down there. And I went and I met with the gentleman who was running, and I said, I just want 2 weekends. Just give me 2 where you can block it out and not schedule anything.
Bring people in. Yeah.
We had a bunch of, might have been 8 recruiting weekends. I need 2. I'll get the really good players. We want to have a good chance in there, and got turned down. So this is the way it is.
Are you back on Wednesday schedule next week, do we think?
I'll be back on Wednesday, but I think there's a good chance I'll be via telephone.
Really?
Yeah.
Another road trip?
More friends?
Back to Fargo? More friends?
I don't know where I'm going to be.
That's
right
it.
now. I don't want to say I'm definitely going to be here, and then you guys say I'm reneged.
Then we rip you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to rip you anyway.
So,
regardless. Tentatively.
I'll be by phone. You know what tentative means?
Yes, I think I do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But I will conveniently forget that you even ever said it. I'll just say, nice commitment by Mase.
You do like ripping me.
I do, but not lately. You've done more ripping of me than me of you. Good to see you. Good overview today. A lot of good history. And we'll be celebrating a Gopher victory over Cal, whether it's by phone or in person next week.
That'd be a good win for them.
It would. For sure.
Going out to Berkeley, California. Yep.
Not as bad. Guardsy's, he'll be there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't miss it.
I want to know are you going down to Fisherman's Wharf, have a little dinner?
It's a business trip, Mase.
Business trip. No time for that.
Stay in
nonsense.
Berkeley.
That's exactly
I'll text you from the food line, though, at Memorial Stadium, Cal Stadium.
I bet.
That's for sure. Thanks, Mase.
Great. Thank you.
Top 5 at 5 includes...
Who will the Lynx play in the postseason? We'll find out tonight.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you can spice things up and try some unexpected pairings like dipping chicken wonton tacos in our honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
The 2025 NFL season is underway. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Tickets to all regular season games are on sale now. Be there live to support your favorite team. See every epic showdown, every classic rivalry, and every primetime game. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets.
Whether you're watching college football or flipping between games on Sunday, sound quality matters. A Sonos home theater setup, especially the Arc Ultra soundbar, delivers immersive surround sound and deep bass that makes every play, every hit, and every cheer feel larger than life. And when you're on the go, the Sonos Ace headphones are a game changer. Lightweight, crystal clear, and with up to 30 hours of battery life, they're built for everything, from podcasts to post-game analysis. Visit Sonos.com to explore the full lineup.